So what we're doing as we plug in, we're exchanging information on the car. We first of all understand what the house or what the commercial charging point is giving our charger in terms of power, so that's instantly recognized. But we can also pull information off the CAN bus of the vehicle while the car is plugged in. The other interesting thing is that we can preheat or pre-cool this car while it's plugged in. That keeps the parasitic draw on the lithium-ion battery lower as you drive off, because the car has already been preconditioned. The cars have a little key fob remote on them, and you can actually set these points to do a pre-cool or preheat with that. The other thing, and I will at the end introduce Chris Card from Mercedes-Benz Research and Development. They have developed an iPhone app that is absolutely awesome for the primary car, the gas car. It was introduced on Saturday and approved by Apple to download off of iTunes. But there is an EV version of it coming as well. And what that will allow you to do is on your iPhone, you'll understand exactly when you're charging, how much charge time is left. It actually gets more interesting than that, because you can say, I have a meeting that's 22 miles away. You slide it up to 22 miles, the phone will now tell you whether you have enough charge to get there and back. So very interesting technology there, and I'll ask Chris to talk just a little bit about it. Let me tell you how we're launching the cars in the United States. 5 key launch locations. Obviously, we've been studying electrification around the country. What utility commissions are engaged, what utilities are engaged, what municipalities are engaged. So we have chosen Portland, Oregon, is doing stellar work, and obviously they have the Columbia River working for them there. San Jose in the Bay Area, a lot of interest. We've been out a couple of weeks ago and had great interest in the car. Orlando, Florida, with the Orlando Utility Commission, and in fact the corridor that's going between Orlando and Tampa. You'll see that kind of emerging, see some announcements over the next few weeks from those folks. Indianapolis, Indiana, with a project called Project Plug-in. Rocky Mountain Institute is involved in that. Very interesting. Indianapolis represents about 20 cities in this country in terms of its design. The 465 Ring Road and towns around the perimeter that are 20 miles from downtown. What's the average commute of somebody? About 40 miles a day. Perfect for electric drive. And then the I-95 corridor for the visibility and for all the activity from Washington, D.C. through New Jersey, New York, and Massachusetts. So that's kind of how we're launching. Every dealership, however, will also have an electric car, so we'll engage people in all of our dealer locations across the country. I want to point out, too, that Car2Go, as Mark said on the boat, is heavily involved in Austin, Texas, with a car sharing program, a natural for electric drive, so we want to get some cars into that. Obviously, we're based in Detroit, Michigan. I can tell you that Mr. Penske is having a charging unit installed in Penske headquarters, so we'll go from that base as well. And certainly in California and Los Angeles, a lot of activity there, and we won't miss out on that. Also, you see the asterisks here and the asterisks in the page before. We have partnered with Coulomb Technology. You'll see one of their charging towers out in front here. That's the Charge Point Network. They have a DOE grant in 9 locations of the country, so we're following them to the 9 locations where you'll get the charging equipment for the car free of charge. Very, very interesting program.
Charging equipment free of charge at the home or at the...
Both. It can be both. Yeah.
What's the estimated savings to consumers for that?
Probably a $2,000 savings, something around that point or more. Yeah. So what we see this first 250 cars coming in, starting in October of this year, we see it as a learning opportunity. There are geographies of the country, different climates of the country, commuting distances, home charging setup, this whole issue of permitting, getting the codes right on homes to accept chargers. Commercial and retail infrastructure. So it's we're all on a learning curve and enjoying it. We will set up 4-year leases on the cars for both corporations and individuals, and I would tell you that we're estimating this will be, the first 250 will be about 80% corporations and 20% individuals. Frankly, we want the springboard from working with corporations to get the word of electrification out across the country even stronger. $5.99 a month for 48 months, 4-year warranty. It's covered with warranty the entire time. So what we say is that the car represents no compromise conservation. So for the passionate conservationists, all the way down at the end of that spectrum, the ultimate statement in minimalist transportation, the least amount of material to get from point A to point B. And for corporations, certainly a rolling statement on environmental awareness and this whole issue of oil independence for our country. So we're thrilled to have SmartUSA positioned